Why did you come to this school? Was there something wrong with your old school?
No, there's something going on with me.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 times Bluey tackled serious issues.
Why can't she just have the things she wants?
Because it's not meant to be.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most notable instances when the Australian preschool show touched on important subjects in a thoughtful and family-friendly way. Which Bluey episodes hit you in the feels? Share your favourites in the comments. Number 10, voting and leadership. This episode was aired during election season in Queensland and explores what makes a good leader. It's voting day in the world of Bluey, and Mum and Dad explains to the girls that you should pick a leader based on who you think would make a good boss.
You don't vote for someone based on what they look like. You vote for who will be the best boss.
How do you be the best boss?
Well, I guess you tell everyone what to do, but in the best way.
Ugh, I hate being told what to do.
But how do you know? Bluey is left to find this out for herself through imaginative play as she takes on the role of ringmaster in a game of circus. She's firm but fair, listening to the other kids and taking on their ideas.
We need a muscle man. Can I be a clown instead? I can do this. Okay, you're a clown. Yeah, Fluffy the clown.
She also smoothly manages a threat to her authority with compromise and kindness by including Hercules in the game and letting him play to his strengths. Basically, it's all about democracy.
Oh, don't be so silly. Come on, you're just in time. We need a muscle man to help save our lion tamer.
Number 9, how to deal with jerks. Sending your kid off into the world is a scary prospect for any parent, but what if the other kids are mean to them? In Bin Night, we get to experience that anxiety secondhand, as Bandit and Chili discover that Bingo is having some trouble with a new boy, Banjo, in kindergarten. But he calls her a bobo head. When he calls her a bobo head, Chili encourages her to tell a teacher if he doesn't stop.
If someone at kindy calls you a name, just tell Mrs. Retriever, okay?
Okay, Mama.
It's all going well until the insults get a little bit meaner and another kid joins in.
Thanks for telling me, kid. It's good to get that stuff out, isn't it?
It's heartbreaking, but the healers resist the urge to tell Bingo to fight fire with fire and keep on with the gentle advice and support instead.
We're healers. We're a bit stubby, but we're tough.
They're rewarded when she overcomes her troubles and even makes a new friend.
Oh, good one, Bingo. Hey, yellow bin,
Number 8, deafness. The plot of Turtle Boy focuses on Bingo and Bandit, who come across a toy in the park and gets into a bit of a moral dilemma over whether or not they can take it home.
It's not the done thing, mate. His owner might be looking for him.
However, the episode is notable for its depiction of deafness and characters who speak using Australian Sign Language, known as Auslan.
Leave him there, honey. His owner might come back for him.
Just like Bingo and her dad, Dougie and his mum come to the park and play with Turtle Boy. Their conversation is almost identical to Bandit and Bingo's. It's just conducted in Auslan.
No, honey, you can't take him home. 'Cause it's not the done thing.
The episode was praised for its positive representation and accurate depiction of the signs, which were faithfully animated with the help of expert consultants. Number 7, separation anxiety. One of the series' most emotional and beautifully animated installments, Sleepy Time, takes place during a single night in the Healer household, and it depicts a scenario that will be familiar to most parents.
Mom, I want to do a big girl sleep tonight and wake up in my own bed.
You do your best, honey. But remember, I'm always here if you need me.
Although Bingo is determined to have a big girl sleep in her own bed, she unknowingly goes on a nighttime wander. Set to Holst's Jupiter, the episode bounces between real life and Bingo's dreamscape, which portrays her separation anxiety.
Wow. Ooh.
In the dream, she gains reassurance from the sun, which speaks with her mother's voice.
Remember, I'll always be here for you, even if you can't see me.
When morning strikes, you must just find yourself welling up at the sight of Bingo in her own bed. Number 6, running your own race versus comparing yourself to others.
Bluey, just run your own race.
Huh? What does that mean?
Although it's technically aimed at kids, there are a few cases where Bluey speaks more directly to the parents. Baby Race is a flashback episode centering on Chili, who shares a story with the girls to demonstrate the importance of running your own race. As a new parent, she gets caught up in the competitive spirit of a mums group.
I don't know what got into me, but I was determined I'd get you walking before Judo's mum. Judo.
She begins to feel like a failure when Bluey isn't progressing as quickly as the other babies. But then Coco's mum comes to visit and offers some much needed reassurance.
And there's something you need to know.
What?
You're doing great.
It's a genuinely touching moment and a deftly delivered message of support for all the new mothers watching at home. And when Bluey takes her first steps, you'll be hard-pressed not to shed a tear. Number 5, neurodiversity and the military. Neurodiverse kids don't often see themselves represented on screen, but Bluey designates an episode to Jack, an excitable terrier with implied ADHD. Jack finds it difficult to do what he's told, sit still or remember things. Or so he believes, which breaks our hearts a little.
Why can't you do as you're told? I don't know.
However, when he starts at his new school, he's quickly befriended by Rusty, an army-obsessed red kelpie who adopts him as a recruit.
Hup, 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 halt! On the right, march! Hup, 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 halt! Salute! Yeah, you can play.
Jack discovers that he can do more than is usually expected of him, and we learn that Rusty's father is in the army, which explains his preoccupation.
Is he on patrol like us?
Yeah, but not for long.
Well, that's good.
It's lovely to see Jack thrive, and the return of Rusty's dad is the cherry on top. Number 4, the life cycle.
Okay, let's make this thing.
There's a lot to unpack and put together in this episode, in which the healer parents attempt to assemble a flat pack swing set while the kids play with the packaging.
Oh, look at them.
Yeah, little tackers.
We made them.
In the space of 7 minutes, we get an allegory of the theory of evolution, as well as a representation of the human life cycle.
My arms are tired. Me too. Let's pretend we can walk.
It's all gorgeously animated and set to a beautiful piece of music. We also get some relatable bickering as Mum and Dad get frustrated with the flat pack, which is foreshadowed by an enjoyable meta line from Bandit.
I'm not taking advice from a cartoon dog.
It's all very clever and even a little bit moving. Number 3, infertility. Some topics are difficult to broach with children, and even with the adults around us. But in season 3 of Bluey, the writers touch on the subject of involuntary childlessness honestly, and in a way that children can understand.
Who do I look like?
You look just like you.
Rose Byrne guest stars as Brandy, Chili's sister who hasn't visited the family for 4 years. It's implied that Brandy found it too painful to be around Bluey and Bingo, as she can't have kids of her own.
You know how you really want Bingo's cheetah onesie?
Yeah, more than anything.
But it doesn't fit you, so you can't have it. And there's not really anything anyone can do to make it fit.
Yeah.
Well, there's something Auntie Brandy wants more than anything as well. But she can't have it.
It's a bittersweet little installment, but the relationship between the sisters is tenderly drawn, and the episode garnered praise for drawing attention to the sensitive subject without trivializing it.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I will be. I'm sorry, Chili.
Oh, you couldn't have known Bingo was bananas.
No, I'm sorry it's been so long.
Oh,
It's just hard seeing you all, you know?
I know.
Number 2, premature babies. Children often work through their feelings and make sense of things through play.
Here it comes! Pop! Hooray!
In Early Baby, Bluey's friend Indy incorporates her own experiences with her baby sister into a game of doctors. She teaches the other kids at school and young viewers at home about premature babies. Bluey is acting as the doctor. When it's Indy's turn in the make-believe birthing bed, she explains that her baby is coming early.
She needs to stay in the hospital for a long time because she's still very small.
So she'll need to stay in the hospital for a few days in an incubator, or as she puts it, a fish tank with holes in it.
Aha! What about this?
The episode is gently humorous and doesn't get too heavy, but explains the concept sensitively in a way that children can easily grasp.
Hello, Dr. Ladies. You sell crackers? Oh, I see.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Death. When is the right time to teach a child about death? Whenever you do it, this Bluey episode could be a good place to start. Bluey and her dad spot an injured parakeet on the road near their house.
What do we do?
We better get him some help.
They jump in the car and speed off to the vet, but it's ultimately too late to save the bird.
I'm sorry. It's bad news, I'm afraid.
Bluey is upset and wishes the creature hadn't died. She wonders if there's any chance it might come back, but that's not possible. And Bandit is straight with her about the reality of the situation.
Are you sure he won't get better?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Like Indy with the premature baby, Bluey works through the day's events by recreating them in a game, which helps her accept what happened.
This isn't how you wanted the game to go, is it?
No. That's okay. There's nothing we can do. It's out of our hands.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.